most dangerous drug on earth, is not sold on the streets, but is quietly deposited into your bank account on the first of every month. This is seen as a comfortable salary, and its main biological function is to turn off your motivation to build wealth. Neuroscience shows that this comfortable corporate career can function as a highly engineered psychological cage designed to trap you from reaching your desired financial freedom. Here are 5 signs your job is secretly putting your mind in a prison, backed by psychological research. But don't worry, stick until the end of video, and we will guide you through practical steps to recognize and avoid these mental cages, breaking free from the cognitive jail and achieve true wealth. 1. The comfortable, steady paycheck that acts as an anesthetic to your brain. Neurobiologist Robert Sapolsky discovered that dopamine, the chemical that triggers satisfaction, spikes highest when rewards are uncertain. When a reward becomes completely predictable, your chemical drive to seek new opportunities flatlines. This process mirrors B.F. Skinner's behavioral experiments, where randomly fed pigeons are constantly curious and seek adventure. Pigeons on a fixed feeding schedule became entirely passive and has no motivation to explore. Just like those pigeons, a regular paycheck acts as a predictable reward that conditions you to enter a state of passive hibernation. You are not lazy, but your brain has been trained by safety to stop looking for financial freedom. A predictable salary eases financial anxiety, but its hidden side effect is the paralysis of your ambition for true wealth. 2. The $10,000 a month trap. If you think high income is all great, you are secretly wrong in terms of psychology. This exploits a cognitive bias known as loss aversion, where the brain fears losing safety far more than it desires growth. High-earning professionals are often the most paralyzed because their golden handcuffs are the tightest. They focus heavily on protecting a comfortable baseline rather than taking the calculated risks required to build wealth. By avoiding all financial discomfort, you teach your brain that survival is the ultimate achievement. 3. The Silent Killer of Mental Energy Research by Dr. Sophie Leroy shows that when you leave your desk, a large portion of your working memory remains stuck at the office. Your corporate job purchases your best mental hours and sends you home completely exhausted of cognitive power. You do not fail to build a business because you lack time, but because your job consumes your highest quality energy. Operating on mental scraps makes it incredibly difficult to make complex investment decisions in your off hours. Employers spend average to minimum wages to buy people's most powerful energy, leaving them nothing but a depleted soul after a long workday. 4. The loss of personal agency. Personal agency is your capacity to make independent, high-stakes decisions without a pre-designed manual. When you spend years executing pre-approved templates and meeting set targets, your brain slowly loses its strategic edge. You are outsourcing your highest-level strategic thinking to an organization in exchange for predictable comfort. Over time, your brain forgets how to tolerate risk or navigate the uncertainty of the free market. Brain scans of a long-term corporate employee and an independent investor shows 2 entirely different mental structures. A highly structured job slowly drains away the exact pathways you need to spot unique wealth opportunities. This is why when corporate workers try to start a business, the sudden lack of a script triggers intense friction and panic. 5. Selling your peak energy hours to someone else. Every morning when your mind is the freshest and highly motivated, you give that peak focus to your employer. You're left trying to build your own dreams in the evening with a tired, exhausted mind. This unequal exchange of energy keeps you locked in a cycle of financial dependency. To break free from this psychological cage, you must fundamentally change how you treat your mental energy. Consider the legendary investor Charlie Munger, who faced this exact dilemma early in his legal career. Munger realized he was selling his most valuable mental asset to his clients, leaving only his tired mind for his personal investments. He made a radical shift. and decided to spend his best hour of the day for himself. Every single morning, before opening a client file or answering an email, he spent the first 60 minutes working on his own deals. This is the highly actionable rule you can implement starting tomorrow morning to reclaim your mental independence. You must dedicate the very first hour of your day, when your mind is freshest, exclusively to your own wealth-building strategy. Do not give your employer your peak mental energy before you have invested in your own future. Use this early hour to study markets, analyze assets, or build the foundation of an independent business. By prioritizing yourself first, you reprogram your mind to prioritize independence over corporate conditioning. Wealth is not a product of how hard you work, but how you use your best mind to perceive, process, and execute your daily decisions. If you continue to let an organization purchase your peak mental energy, you will remain trapped in a beautifully decorated cage. The comfort of a steady paycheck is only the price of admission to a system that profits off your untapped genius. Recognize the subtle symptoms of this mental decline before they become a life sentence for your cognitive ability. Your mind is the ultimate operating system, and it is time to upgrade it for freedom rather than survival. Reclaim your attention, protect your peak hours, and rebuild your tolerance for strategic risk. The door to the cage has always been unlocked, but you must be willing to step out into the productive discomfort of financial independence. Stop selling your genius for pennies and start investing your highest mental energy into the only asset that truly matters. That is yourself. If this video shifted your perspective of the corporate ladder mindset, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as we go deeper each video.